Okay, so this is a how to use MEDinfo app by Bowster apps. And this is the screen that you will get when you download it from Google Play. It's also available on Amazon App Store. So first of all, when we open up the app, you'll see the Bowster logo first of all pop up briefly. It'll then take you to this disclosure screen, which you can read there. Pretty much just tells you that it's as up to date when it was first published, and it's no substitute for actual first aid skills. It's basically an aid memoir, some of the information on this. So when you tick the box there, and it will take you first of all to the settings screen. Now, very important that first of all you set up an emergency contact number. I'll just put any number in here because I'm not going to use it properly. This is your main settings screen. So first of all, you must put in that contact number because that will make other functions work properly for whoever your emergency contact is. You can also type in your blood type there if you know it, and we'll go on to some of these edit screens later on, but for now we'll just save that. Now, what we've got here on the main screen, this is the screen that you'll normally go to after you first set up your emergency contact. When you press call contact, that will immediately start the phone calling that emergency contact that you have just put in. So what it means is that if someone goes into this app, rather than having to look up all the emergency details, they can instantly call your emergency contact if needs be. Likewise with the text contact, it will go through to the same number and it will send them a message saying that something has happened. Please contact the phone back urgently. And what it will do is if you have location settings set up on the other phone and on your phone, it will let them know exactly where you are. The next thing we have on here is emergency contacts. Now this is blank at the moment because I haven't saved any emergency contacts. But when you go into this gives someone, if they can't get a hold of your immediate emergency contact, which I would normally put as emergency contact 1, they can see all their details there. So if, for example, it's a member of the police service who's accessed the app, they can send someone to the address if needs be to let them know that something's happened to yourself. You've also got a backup emergency contact there which they can also use. So we'll just press back there and it will take you back. Oops, I've double pressed that back because I'm trying to do this while filming, and it will take you back to this main screen. So the next button we look at is the CPR. So if we go into that, you'll see another number of options here. If we go to CPR advice, it'll tell you exactly how CPR should work. Again, this is just advice. If you've never done CPR before, it can be useful. However, you should be trained in CPR, and this should just act as an aid memoir. So you can flick through it there and have a read at that. So if I just press back at the moment, I can then go into adult CPR and it will tell you exactly how to do that, both with hands only and with rescue breaths. Again, if you need to read through that, do so. And likewise, it will tell you the differences between children and infants. All on there as an aid memoir if you forget. Some people often forget how many rescue breaths and how many compressions they're meant to do. So that's all on there as an aid to just remind you. Also on there just tells you how you would approach a scene. So it's got your doctor's ABC on there, which again, if you've been trained, it's just an aid memoir to remind you how you should be approaching a casualty, what you should be doing. So that's all on there as an aid memoir. Medical info, again, it'll be blank at the moment, but you should be able to see all your medical conditions, what medication you're taking, and your blood type. Again, these are all quite useful should it be the emergency services that have picked you up at an accident. They can check through all that and that'll help them. So now I've just exited out of that. As you can see, when I go back in, that disclaimer screen doesn't come up. So if I go back to settings, as you can see, it'll have saved the emergency contact number. There we can edit the contacts. So you've got both your emergency contacts, speaks for itself, you just put them in there and it will save them in once you press save. Likewise with the medication, there are 10 spaces for any medication that you put in, and likewise for any medical conditions. Often quite handy if you've got diabetes or something. It's like having a medical necklace on. Emergency services can have a look at this and they can see what your medical conditions are, and if they go back they can then see what medication you're on for these, and then they can treat you appropriately. So when we come out of that, you can save all that. So that, in a nutshell, is the MEDinfo app. Very useful little app for all sorts of things, for emergency services to use if they get you in an accident, or even if you have a bit of difficulty and you need someone to contact you immediately and you're not in a position to phone them, you can text them and they'll get your location, so that if you don't answer the phone, they know where to look for you. So a very useful app. Finally, I just mention the one problem with the app for emergency services is that this app cannot be available if you have a lock screen on. Unfortunately, this is down to the making of phones. It's not possible to do that, to access it through your security settings, because there is personal information on there. But hopefully you will be conscious enough to at least tell them how to get into your phone if you have a lock screen on. Otherwise they will have to use other means. But use it, it's helpful and it's a good app.